I love doing comedy. And if I had to get the top 3 things I like about doing comedy, one was the journey. The other one was the people. But you want me to tell you what the other one was?
What's that?
I know every nook and cranny in this fucking country.
You got homes away from home.
Oh, I've been there. Do you
Me
know
too.
What I'm saying? Like, I don't remember a lot of things.
Right.
But I've been to every nook and cranny. Remember, when you start comedy, you work at hellholes.
Yeah.
So I started in Denver. So I would fucking go to these towns that you never even heard of.
Yeah.
Like population 2,000. Mm-hmm. I knew people who booked rooms in all those type of towns.
Yeah.
And you drive in and see if they had a gas station, a laundromat, and a supermarket and a post office. And the police department was like 2 doors, you know, like, and you go, how do these people live? It's a different way of life. We were talking about triple runs the other day, which is a run that you do when you first start.
Right. And
they really show you the discipline of the road and how it works and blah, 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 and getting up early and getting drunk and how to survive on $50 a night. Teaches you a lot. But the one thing about triple runs is that he used to have this room in Craig, Colorado. He had like 8 weeks of work. Potato Run 1, Potato Run 2.
Yeah.
Missoula Run 1, Missoula Run 2. That means he had 2 clubs in the same city. He was a hustler, David Tribble. You got to give him to that. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I wouldn't be here right now without David Tribble, because David Tribble was the fundamentals of comedy. I learned it from Doug Stanhope. Right. When I heard Doug Stanhope lived on a David Tribble tour, I immediately went on a Dave Tribble tour. You do what winners are doing.
Right.
And you learn a lot. You learn how to work yourself out of holes in those rooms. Mm-hmm. You know what it's like to go to Idaho on Tuesday night to a room when you get there, they go, oh, it doesn't say anything. You can't curse. There's Mormons in the room.
Yeah.
It's a Mormon bar. And you have to switch up your game. You got to switch up your fucking audibles and shit.
And they're not letting you call it, oh, maybe I'll do 45 tonight. Like, they want you to do an hour.
Yeah, it's great. Guys, it's a discipline. And then you got to get back to your hotel room. So here you are, a star in a city that is fucking small. And there's always a waitress that's got drugs, or a guy and his girlfriend want to bring you over for you to bang the girlfriend and him to watch. I mean,
that's a big thing on triple runs.
They're the weirdest situations. Triple runs are filth. They're filth, because when you go to that city, you're a fucking movie star to them. It's fucking crazy, Lee.
Do you think those people go every week?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have nothing else to do on Wednesday night. And then Friday night they have a live band, and Saturday they have a live band. And I'm not putting that lifestyle down by any means.
It sounds great.
But it's a complete different lifestyle.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not Johnny International. I can't sit here with you guys and talk about the Vatican. And I can't talk to you guys about going to Brazil into the jungles of ayahuasca. But let me tell you something. As a fucking immigrant, I really learned what this country was about by going to all these cities.
Right.
I could tell you more about the economy right now today from me going to these cities. I learned that much. And when I go to Charlotte and I see construction. In Utah this week, I counted 4 or 5 fucking cranes.
Right.
You know, in Salt Lake City. That's what I look for. I look for cranes.
Yeah.
I look for movement on the streets. There's a lot of cities you go to that they're quiet. And every city has a personality. And I've got to see in all those personalities.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
Me too.
Snake River, North Dakota. I didn't get high for 5 days on this triple run.
Yeah. What kind of high?
Like anything.
Heroin or
I was
what?
just smoking dope on the road. I was getting shitty weed all throughout fucking northern part of the country. I was getting brown weed.
Right.
And I finally get to Snake River or one of those Dakotas on a Friday night, and I'm hungry, and they go, you get 50% off at the restaurant downstairs in the hotel. And I get to the hotel, I'm about to pass out, and I look in the back, and there's one lonely Mexican in the kitchen. That was my only hope. I made eye contact with him. He came over. We started talking in Spanish. I asked him where the shit was, if he had a cousin who sold coke.
Yeah.
He goes, I got a cousin who sells bombs. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin who sells the shit that killed Pablo Escobar. He's Pablo Escobar's nephew. He gave me a handful of blow for like $40 in Snake River. You know, you just learned all these crazy things. Like people who, I went to towns where people would go, so what hotel you staying at? And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm going to sleep in my car. Don't be foolish. Stay in our living room. And you're like, what? You don't know who I am. I could rob you in the middle of the night. But from that love, it makes you like, wow, people are so cool. When you wake up and they made you breakfast and they want to drive you and show you where the Kmart is, so you can buy new T-shirts.
Yeah.
It's really fucking crazy. It's really fucking crazy. You see the beauty of people. You see the shittiness of people. I was in Buffalo one time. I'm standing there, and this black guy's running at me. I'm eating a fucking McDonald's Egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
I got the potato pet cake.
Right.
And I got the Coca-Cola in those days. It's summer of 98. It's winter of 98. This was like my third time in Buffalo. I did everything on a bus then.
Okay.
All my business was done on a bus, Greyhound. I would fly to Manhattan, base myself out of Jersey, and take buses.
Right.
Myrtle Beach, D.C., Philly, fucking Buffalo, Syracuse.
I might have done that before.
How long is the bus ride to Florida?
That's the long one. That's like close.
I never took that one.
I think it's close to 20 hours.
I took a train from Miami to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. One of the worst experiences of my life. Never took a train again. They bang you on each fucking level. They're like fucking filthy animals.
They're more expensive than planes. Like it costs more to do Amtrak than it does to fly.
Oh my God. They bang you at the station. Then you get on and you got a chair. What happened to the room? Every movie you watch, everybody's got a room. They're sleeping. No, that costs.
The Beatles are there.
Yeah, the Beatles are there. Then you go in. That costs more money. How much more? $200. Okay. So now I'm up to, the ticket was $69.50. You're jumping up and down. You're like I said, because sometimes you would work as a feature. You get $400.
Right.
I snorted $200.
Yeah.
I got $200 for the journey. I could take the flight for $189 and fly with a nickel and got to shoplift water at the airport.
Yeah.
And I got to get somebody to drive me, like a feature act or the MC. I got to give them a small nickel or a joint. And then I said, fuck it. The train is $69. I save $100. I get there with a yardstick in my pocket. Yeah. I go out. I buy a G-Bo, a blow. Oh my God. They mugged me. I took
for the train ride?
Fuck yeah. I took two. No. I didn't have Coke for the train ride. I had like 2 joints. And I would get off and smoke the joints and get back on the train, fucked up, and put my little Walkman on. And then these motherfuckers, I'm like, I want to eat. And like when it costs $24. What do you mean it costs $24? Because you got to buy the whole menu. What if I just want a cup of fucking noodle soup?
Right.
Because they had like chicken noodle soup with a bunch of crackers. That'll fill you good for $3.
Sure.
For the small $3, no, they wanted $24 for the whole fucking meal.
Well, because you probably went to because I've rented it. They have a first class and then they have like a general boarding. Like it's crazy. I've never even sat like that in a restaurant. I went to like the food cart that has microwave pizzas and terrible food.
No, after that fucking train ride, and I was getting off, getting stoned. But the buses are the shit. Greyhound is really the shit. Greyhound is like traveling abroad.
What?
When you get to the bus station, you don't know who you're going to run into. You don't know who you're going to sit next to.
You got an idea.
And it's got to be somebody who mugged somebody. It's got to be somebody who's on the loose.
Somebody that needed to pay cash.
Yeah, somebody who owes somebody money for booking and is leaving town.
Right.
Women who are leaving their husbands because they got hit in the head with a bat the night before and they got a Swami hat on.
Don't they put like prisoners who are like getting released from jail on buses?
Yeah, you have no fucking idea the adventures I've had on buses.